knew Blanc is white.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what Regatta was. I thought it was something delicious. And it was delicious for the ears. What's up, everybody? We are Sight After Dark. And, how do I usually start these? What's up, everybody? We are Sight After Dark. And we are doing this video as kind of a wrap-up to all the reaction videos we did to the Police's album, Reggatta De Blanc. We like to kind of go back and revisit things after we've had a few days to like let it soak in and really appreciate it more. So yeah, it's been about a week since we listened to the album originally. So what are your thoughts?
All in all, I think it was a great album. I thought, I'm going to definitely put this in my playlist. I'm definitely going to have this as an album that I suggest that other classic rock fans listen to. There were one or two songs that I didn't like, but I let that be known like while listening to it. Don't need to mention them again. My favorites are like Message in the Bottle, Bring on the Night, like, Bed's Too Big Without You. I really love that. I love the instrumentalism and the production. Vocals. It was great.
Yeah, I gotta give a huge shout out to Stuart Copeland, who's probably my second favorite drummer now after listening to this album. Because I've literally, since we listened to this album, I've re-listened to it a lot. And there's certain albums we've reacted to where I don't necessarily do that as much, but this one, I find myself continually wanting to listen to it, so I think that shows how good it is. And I wanted to touch on something that you said in the reviews, how you said it sounded like they were trying to figure out where rock is going next.
Yeah.
And I think that time period was correct us if I'm wrong, people, I know you will. But that time period was really big for that, because it was post-Sex Pistols, post-punk, if you will.
Right.
So they already had punk. They're like, okay, we have this. Well, now what do we do?
Yeah.
So I said Joy Division because that's coming up later. But so the Police took punk. They're like, well, we're gonna add reggae to it, and other bands are doing other shit. At the same time, Joy Division was adding more gothic shit to the punk template, and that's kind of I feel at that time period there was so much expansion musically because they were trying to figure out where they're gonna bring punk and also rock next.
Yeah.
So it's cool seeing this album in the overall context of that. I think it came out in '79, so it's right in the middle of all that.
Yeah.
And yeah, really just Stuart Copeland is the biggest thing that stood out to me. Obviously, Sting is awesome. We know Sting is awesome, and Andy's great. But the drumming is just amazing. I've been going down a rabbit hole of looking at his YouTube videos and trying to figure out his drum philosophy and things that he's saying, because I really loved it. So
yeah. I found out that he actually filled in on a Doors tour when someone got injured. So I was like, wow, that's pretty interesting. Not a bad choice, I would say.
Yeah, definitely not.
Exactly. And then let's talk about the title. Let's talk about the album title.
Oh yeah. It's not rigatoni with white sauce.
Oh man, I'm literally hungry. No, I think it's funny because I was like, okay, well, what's the humor? Because I'm thinking if you hear this album, you're gonna say to yourself, what is this? Some kind of white reggae, right? Right?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking knowing British / UK humor, I'm thinking that's where they're going with the album titles. Because of that, when you hear it, that's what you would say.
Regatta De Blanc.
Yeah.
Yeah. I knew it had something to do with that too, because I knew Blanc is white.
Yeah.
But I didn't know what Regatta was. I thought it was something delicious. And it was delicious for the ears. But no, I don't even know what else to say. Stuart Copeland is officially my second favorite drummer now. He's not ever gonna beat John Bonham, so just don't even give me shit. But besides that, great album. It's interesting how this is actually an early album of theirs.
Yeah.
The sound was so defined. This, I could have thought this was later in their career for sure, because they had such a defined sound even on this album.
Okay.
But no, this was only their second album, I think. It's like the one that made them kind of big.
Yeah.
So it was cool to listen to it because we've heard a lot of their, I guess, more recent songs.
Right.
Even though they're still old, but.
Right, yeah. But now knowing the title of the album, now I could see how this can be their early stuff, right? Just simply because of that, like what they're telling you, like what it is.
Yeah.
So
overall, great album. Definitely recommend it. If you guys don't know, we like to do whole album reactions on this channel. So go ahead and comment an album that you'd like to see us do next. Just not a double album and not another Police album. That's the only criteria. Besides that, just go for it. Yeah, what else? We have an album coming out.
yeah.
On October 15th, 2020. So be ready for that. And if you're watching this in the future, go back and listen to it. It's called Waves for Days, DAZE. We are Sight After Dark. So check out our shit. And we'll see you soon.
Later, guys.